I got him! Let's build him! All right, this is the bottom. Just wanted to show you guys. They got some motors, nice steel rods. That's obviously where it rotates. Here's the motor, another motor, wires. Okay, let's go over the back real quick. We got our power in here, plug that's included. Then we have a step pad, which actually, for example, you just take the step pad and you plug it in. This cable goes right into there, like that. That plugs in there. So the other end of the cable goes to a step pad. For example, this is our R2-D2 press me, try me button box. So you would press this button and then it would set off the R2 so you don't have to have motion. And like I said, this end goes into the bottom right in there. And that's the step pad version. Okay, and then you have your volume, which is pretty cool. We'll have LED lights, I'll come back to that. LED mode, it's basically switch between Halloween lights and Christmas lights. And then you have your switch, your different modes. You can have lights only on, then you have your step pad, put it right in the middle for your step pad. And then down here you have your sensor. So if you wanted to go off with sensor all the time, keep it on there. You want to use the step pad or the press me, try me box, put it there, and then obviously lights only up there. All right, let's start with the base now. All the wires are color coded, obviously red to red, white to white, blue to blue, so on and so on. And then there's a screw in there, right here, that they give you a nice fat Allen wrench. And we'll put that right over here, in here. This will go in here. It'll probably tighten against here to make it tight. So we'll see what happens. I thought it would go actually in, but there's nothing to go in here. So I guess it's just tighten. We'll see. Red to red, blue to blue, white to white. What's wrong with that? Oh, here it is, the other one. Come on. White to white, and then this guy to this guy. There we go. Now I got one left. This black one here. And where's that going to? And he was tucked in here, like this. I'll just plug this guy into here. Black to black. All right, there we go, like that. Now we'll tuck the wires in over here, this little thing, best we can. Put all the prongs in there, probably. Get it in there. And then we'll put this right in there once we get this stuff in here. So I'll hold that in there. Where's this guy? We'll put this like this. Move that. Make sure I have it right. Go under here. See, get that wire back in there. There we go. Boom. Then we'll turn it around. Let's go. And in another video, we're going to get rid of this base. We're going to have him with wheels on it. So I can't wait to do that because I don't like this at all already. So let's put this big bolt in. with the Allen key wrench. Let's see what it does. Just stick it in there like that. Okay, next we're going to screw in the arms. Just two little screws, big screws I guess. So we got it left and right sides, and we have the 2 screws in there and another Allen key. Let's do that right now. Here's our legs. You know, if they're front facing, these little tubes, they always face front. So we have our little bolt, our hex wrench. Stick this in here. Shouldn't be too hard. There's a big square in here. Just shove that in there. Boom, nice and easy. Put our little bolt in. Right in there. Boom, put him in there. Put your little bolts in there. Next up, we'll put his little head on and connect the cable. And obviously just put the little cover on there. We're almost done already. Basically, we just plug him in. And here's the inside. Make sure you unloosen this so it doesn't obstruct when you put it on there. Okay, so let's connect the one wire. I'll hold this down over here. Plug this in here. Let's go. There we go. That's nice and easy. And then the good part is you don't really have to worry because you can look through this little hole here. So we'll just put this down right on there. There he goes. Look how cool. Just put my hand in here and tighten them. It's a little wing nut. You can see the little wing nut right there. That's what I'm tightening in there. Right there. So just tightening up as tight as it can be to be nice and snug. There we go. Next is this piece. This just slides in here like that. Oh, wall adapter. Just going to plug them in the back. He's adorable. And he even has, I have the motion on here. Makes a little noise in the back, so I'm going to find out what that is. Maybe it needs some oil on there. Let's see. Put him over here. There's a green light over there. All right. What an easy setup. Here's the Christmas lights, powered through there, and they have this button at the bottom. So you get right down there. Down over here that changes the color of the lights from Christmas, I guess, to Halloween. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and then if you want, you can use them. But I found another way. We'll take the voltage, we'll measure the voltage, find out how much power is coming out of there, and we can use it to power something else up. So that's just to know that that has that, it's pretty amazing. I'm loving this already. The first mod we're doing are the little holo projectors. Let's get this one done and this one done. Make it a little bit more realistic. Little screw over here. I just noticed that now. Look at that, comes right apart. Pretty cool. Now we can drill this in, put our little Cobachon on that, because we're going to glue the Cobachon on here, but still leave space. Probably have to drill this out over here, get rid of the screw, so we can put a light behind it, and this will be our projector. We have the little holo projector off. It comes off with the screw. Has even a little registration point in there, so you know how to set it up there. So first thing we're going to do is drill a hole, get rid of some of this black. Then this is where the magic is. The little Cobachon has like a little dome type piece of glass. It's glass too. put a little hole there because eventually we want to put lights in there. So we're going to glue that to there and then put this right back on. Let's see, find a little registration. There we go. So it'll look really nice with the glass already. But I'm still not happy. I want to make this like the real one. This has ridges just like this. See the ridges here? So I'm going to 3D print, design and 3D print a piece that just goes over this. Then we'll paint this whole thing silver and we'll come back and put the Cobachon back on. Okay, here's our two pieces. We're going to paint this silver and we're going to paint this silver. But before we do, and then we're going to drill this out, but before we do all that, we're going to take this piece, we're going to glue this. I just 3D printed and designed this piece. This will be free on our Patreon. Even if you're a free member of Patreon, you'll still be able to get this for free. Holoprojector cover. And we're going to glue that right onto there, just to give it a cooler look, more authentic. And then once that's glue that, we'll just CA glue that onto there. Looks better already. And then we'll glue this to there. Like that. And then a little Cobachon, 30mm Cobachon. And then we're gonna put that. That just drops right in there. Look, it looks more realistic already. Let's start drilling a hole here. This is a 30mm diameter Cobachon. We need to probably do it close to an inch, so let's make it 24mm, so we'll have to leave a little rim so we can glue it onto this part here. We don't just want to cut a hole and then it'll fall through. We just have to have the little rim, then we can, like I said, we can put it on the edge and then glue that on there. So let's do that right now. Got to start at the center, so we'll start with the big piece. We're going to keep our fingers crossed and just drill a hole right in the middle. It's already there for us, so let's see what happens. So now we have a hole. We'll put this back. Now we have to do this one rather. Let's do this guy. He's a little scary, but the good part is we have a center hole started. So let's do that. There's some tough plastic. But I have to get a little stand here to put it on there to drill it. There we go. That's good enough for now. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see how it looks. Wow, that looks so much nicer. Look at that. Doesn't it look cool? With our little registration, that's why I wanted to keep this over here, so we can glue it on when we do that. Yeah, let's see, it's like that. Now, looks okay. It looks even better like that. Now we put that on there. And obviously we're going to paint this silver and this silver. Ooh, isn't that pretty? That's all silver now. And I use this metallic hand paint because the paint in the spray paint can, silver metallic, doesn't come out as good. So I just did this with a little brush. All right, we're gonna let that dry up a bit. Also, I just want to bring something up too. If you wanted just to paint this silver and then just glue it right on here, you could do that too. If you wanted to get yourself a little, save yourself a little time. Looks better than what it did. Maybe I'd paint this silver over here without even taking it off. But just a suggestion. But this little holoprojector cover just makes it a little bit nicer. Now the really cool part. Make sure you clean your little glass dome before you put it in there. But this is almost a perfect fit for this 30mm. You just drop it in there. Boom. I'm going to push it in there. I'm going to let it dry just a little bit more, and that's it. I might not even need glue, but I just wanted to show you how it looks. And then, if I get my little flashlight, let's see, really quick here, just to show you guys how it's going to look. If you put light behind it, which we will, and you see that, that's going to even look so much cooler. Cobachon. I'm sure there's another way to pronounce it, but okay, nice and clean. We're going to force it in there and see if we can get it in there without any glue. So I'm going to drop it in there, like that. So far so good. And I'm going to force it, let's see. Nice, nice tight fit. Almost like it was meant to be. Look at that. Wow, that's in there good. Okay, we'll leave it like that. If it falls out, then we'll try to add glue to it, but it's in there, which is great. All right, back. Don't worry, I dropped it, but it still didn't even fall out. Look at that, it still kept staying in there. So that's pretty good, so I know it's in there. All right, let's go install this now. Let's start with this side first. This has to go under here, and then it'll pop in. So I'll show you. So we'll put it on an angle, just like this. Actually, probably just go like this. Underneath, there we go. See that? And then I'm just gonna pop it in there. Boom, until the screws line up. Like that. So we got 1, 2, 3 screws back there. Let's screw these back in. And then we're done. There we go. Gotta pop it in. Oh my goodness. Is that a nice match or what? That looks so much better. How's that look for a final projector? Woo! That looks pretty. Well, that'll do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing and little upgrade. I'm going to upgrade. There's 2 other ones, one over here and one over here. So that's going to be even more fun. So make them even look better. And the next thing after that, we're going to do with these lights. We're going to put really LEDs in there that actually randomly light up. And the one on the back over here, there's another one rectangle. These are 2 kind of squares and there's a rectangle. We're going to do more mods to it, make them even look better and better. So stay tuned. And again, thank you guys for watching.